I have not been in high school for almost a complete decade, and it's honestly weird to think about, uh, just in general. But today I'm not gonna be talking about high school in general because I want to talk about something in particular: male gym teachers. There's been a lot of talk online as of different types of teachers, like history teachers, as of late has been a huge talk of discussion, but I want to talk about gym teachers, obviously specifically the male ones. Now, there's two types of male gym teachers. One, the one that's cool and just easygoing and funny to deal with, and the other is the male gym teachers that have that one female student that they are into and they talk to on a regular basis. Sometimes they obviously coincide with each other. It's sometimes a popular male gym teacher who is very popular among students, but that said male gym teacher has a female student that he, you know, is a little too close with. So I wanted to talk about a story that I had to kind of be not really a part of, but I kind of noticed a thing back then when I was like in 9th/10th grade. So this is gonna start in 8th grade. I befriended this girl who I'll call Janine, I guess. And I talked about this girl on Nerd Vibes and FTC, like two other channels I'm a part of. But basically, me and Janine were pretty much, befriended in 8th grade. We got very close, and we had like a lot of like close moments. Not like intimate, obviously, but like just like there's like implications of like us like being into each other, and our friends who were also part of that class were just like, yeah, you guys should go for it, yeah. Anyways, fast forward to 9th grade, and high school had kind of like drifted us apart. We didn't really see each other at all. We didn't walk past each other in hallways, and it was tough. It was tough to deal with. And by 10th grade, it was revealed that she was probably going to move. Not far away, but just in general, she was just going to move. And I had like so bad of autism back then that like I didn't realize that I could have just been like, hey, I heard that you're moving. Even if that isn't the case, would you mind, just like, giving me your phone number so that we can chat? And well, actually, no, I couldn't do that because I was like, I'm sorry, this first part of the story is just kind of a part of everything, I guess. But in 9th grade, I think no, it was 10th grade. Yeah, it was 10th grade. I did kind of reach out to her like at the beginning of the school year and was like, hey, so do you have like a Twitter or something? Because I didn't realize that like I could just ask for like the phone number. I was just like, it has to be social media for some reason. So I went on Twitter and I chatted with her a couple times, and she only sent back like 2 messages. And this is something I always regret, right? But like I was like so bad at like understanding that, when it was okay and not okay to talk, like just text, that I just remember like sending a lot of like messages in a row, and I regret it. Like obviously I wouldn't do that now, but I was in 10th grade as a stupid teenager and I was into this girl, obviously, right? So yeah, I just remember like sending a lot of messages, and then she got annoyed to me where I think she actually DM'd me. Like she sent me a message, oh, like, please stop messaging me, this is really annoying. And I just kind of like sat there like, oh, okay, because like I didn't know that I was like annoying her, right? It's just like I didn't realize. I was just like trying to reach out and like have a discussion. But yeah, she eventually blocked me on Twitter on my old account. And I just kind of was very distant from her after that. But in 10th grade, we were still like friends, I guess you could say. we had like gym class together in 10th grade. It was like our first like high school class together. So yeah, pretty much by this point, I had found out actually that she was going to be moving, and you know, I want you guys to know I was not at all good with interacting with people back then. You know, I found out and I got like devastated, and I just didn't know what to do. So I had like such a like 5-year-old instinct when it came to like girls I was into of like, okay, I just gotta go with the course of action I've always known my entire life, and that is just to try and like joke around and just be so obscure and noticeable to her, and maybe she'll just find it funny. Because like I had moments like that in 8th grade with her where like I joked around and we laughed and had fun together, and it worked out tremendously. So I was like, it shouldn't be any different in 10th grade, you know? But obviously by this point, she had already blocked me on Twitter, and she was, I guess, like, implication of moving. I don't know who told me, I forgot, but I was told that she was probably going to move, which is why I was like kind of like trying to like do all these shenanigans and just trying to get her attention, I guess. And it's not like if she ignored me, I just wasn't gonna just be mad and just like take anything on her. Like I just simply wanted to be friends, just in general, again, because I felt like high school had made us drifted apart so much that I just didn't know what to do, and I was like just like a teenager, obviously, that didn't know how to like articulate communication at all by any means necessary. So I just was bummed the hell out, and it really affected me a lot. But our 10th grade gym teacher, I'll call him Mr. Bunsen. Mr. Bunsen wasn't really like, I don't know, he was like okay, he was like kind of cool to the school just in general, but like this was when I was starting to kind of be like, alright, I gotta like find a way to like be funny to her and just like make like present myself like a goofy man, you know? So I remember when it was like a yoga unit, we were just like in this like yoga like exercise like stretching area with all these placemats and like medicine balls and all that, like the big yoga balls. And I just remember like bouncing around, just like bouncing the ball on the ground or something like that. And Mr. Bunsen got so annoyed to the point where like he just like kicked me out of the room and was like, Matt, get the fuck out of here, you're being really fucking annoying. I think he did swear. He didn't swear like that, but like he was just like, Matt, get the fuck out of here, like you're being annoying right now. So I just walked out for like the last 10 minutes of the period and just kind of walked around, stayed in the locker room, and in like the last 5 minutes I went back down when people were starting to come back up from class, and I went up to him to just like kind of apologize to him, because like I felt bad. I was like, I just wanted to be like, hey, I'm sorry that I made a disturbance in your class. I just, it won't happen again, I promise, but I just, get in a mood sometimes to be goofy. But he came up to me, he saw me first and was like, hey Matt, come over here, like what you did today was really disrespectful in my class. It's just being like really aggressive towards me, not like hostile, but like just being like, just kind of like yelling with like a toned down voice of like, you better not do this again or you will be sent to the office. You got me? Like, you got me? Good. Get away from me. Shit like that. And yeah, so after that, I forgot before that point if they had like Janine and Mr. Bunsen had like kind of like start to be friendly with each other. And here's what I mean by being friendly, because after that I definitely did know something for the rest of the entirety of me being in high school. Janine and Mr. Bunsen would hang out a lot often and just chuckle with each other and just laugh and just be smiley towards each other. For the rest of my time in high school, I really never talked to Janine ever, because towards the end of the gym portion of the first half of the semester, Janine had gotten sick of me, because like she knows I was like trying to be around her just to kind of be like friends with her as best as I could. That was my point of view. Like, obviously I know I was being really fucking annoying and maybe even invasive, and it's something I regret for sure. But I, towards the end of like the semester, she came up to me and just like yelled at me like, just stay away from me, like you're just always near me and it's really annoying, like stay the hell away from me. And she just walked off like pissed at like the end of like one of the school days, and it just kind of like caught me so off guard that I just didn't really know how to really respond. But the embarrassing backstory about this entire situation, because like I feel like it's not really that crucial, but like I feel like it does add to like the emotional, heart stomping that I would have to endure for the rest of the time I was in high school. So yeah, I noticed that they had really just taken a liking to each other and were just like really friendly with each other. And it caught me so off guard. Like, I have like no like concrete evidence of anything actually happened between them at all by any means. But obviously the reason of me going off on this 10-minute discussion about me being like a fucking weirdo as a teenager is because I wanted to like kind of paint the picture of these two not really liking me at all that much. So I feel like there's a chance that Janine possibly told Mr. Bunsen like, yeah, like he's just been really annoying, and Mr. Bunsen was probably like, alright, I'll tell him to like fucking knock it off and it won't happen again. And I guess at that point on, more than likely, had they already not been like friendly with each other before that, like they obviously like became way closer after that, just in general for the entirety of high school. And I saw them talking like anytime, like it was like in gym, even if we didn't have a class together, I don't know, just for stuff in general, like I would just always see them like in the cafeteria during lunchtime. Like I would just see them talking. It's just like what's going on here, it's just I don't know, it just feels like that entire thing made them closer, and it just made me feel like an idiot. And I do feel like an idiot. Like I wouldn't do that nowadays. I'm more like reserved to myself. And if I went through that sort of thing nowadays, I wouldn't really go out of my way to like try and interact with this woman. Not this particular woman, like not Janine in particular, but like just a woman in general. Like I'm not like that. Like I have a girlfriend and very happy, so obviously I don't have to worry about it. But if like I wouldn't go out of my way to like kind of be like do anything stupid just to bring attention to myself. But yeah, so I guess this video was kind of partially due to male teachers in general. That's kind of the entire point of this video, but I guess like the bigger point of this video is me talking about something that I'm fucking embarrassed of looking back on it. So yeah, that's an embarrassing story, I guess, of the time that my middle school crush from 8th grade and one of the male gym teachers in my high school befriended each other. And again, I'm not saying that they had like anything with each other at all, because obviously illegal, but you know, they just, you know, felt a little bit too close. And we all know, like, that, like, not every gym teacher obviously has like a reputation of this, but like there's a reputation just in general, like male teachers, gym teachers, like I've always believed this, like just like having that one student that they find like to always talk to. And it's just like, what's going on here? But yeah, so that'll do it for this video. If you guys liked it, you know, I'll talk about more stuff from school and all that, and just like things in general. But yeah, I just felt not the need, but I was just like, yeah, sure, I'll talk about this because I saw a tweet recently on Twitter where it was just talking about like history teachers, and I was like, oh, I can just turn this into a meme of like, yeah, male teachers on their way to talk to their favorite female student. And currently it's almost at 100 likes. My tweets don't get that much traction usually, but I just thought it was funny to tweet. But yeah, that is going to do it. I will see you guys next video, and yeah, bye bye.